see that Evelyn and Twitch here banned out against Riasota, and also Letillion on the other side. Zac and Thresh banned out for Dark Passage.
So I'm actually kind of surprised to see the Shen banned on blue side, because you always have that opportunity to first pick it, and you kind of force the red team to actually ban it away from you, but...
Tells me that Porky just doesn't want to play Shen.
I mean, look at Soaz from Fnatic. He doesn't like playing Shen. Plays it when he needs to, but still, yeah. And then the Evelyn being taken away. We already saw fantastic Evelyn junglers earlier on today. Yeah, out of Immunity, I believe that was. And the Thresh, I don't know. I mean, we haven't really seen that impactful. We haven't seen any Threshes so far today. He can be one of those champions that can be kind of hit or miss sometimes. If you land that crucial hook, you can really set up a team fight. Or if you miss them all, it's the other way. Yeah, it goes the other way.
It's the other way, but we are going to be seeing a Jarvan picked up, which we've seen in every game so far here on this stage. Jarvan is very, very popular right now, for good reason. Very strong in that early game. Can be the hard engage that you need come the mid and the late game as well. So that's going to be a big pick for them on this front. On the other side, looking like they might want to go in for a Sona, which will be locked in, and a possible Malphite here for Fabulous.
Yeah, so that Jarvan, Hacker V2, he actually played it in the qualifiers to get here, unlike his Nasus, which he didn't really play at all. So he's on more of a comfort champion, assuming it's going to be him in the jungle. And it's got to make him feel a little bit more comfortable, because you, like, just like you're saying before with the peripherals, with their mice, with their keyboards, with their headsets, they have to feel comfortable. And playing a champion is just as equally important for them, that they know how to play, that they really enjoy playing. So with that locked in, they're going to give, just like I said, a very strong early game jungle to Lyone. And then the Sona and the Malphite. It's a lot of CC right there. The knock-up, attack speed slow, the crescendo to follow up. That is already a dangerous combo, but what is Dark Passage going to back that up with?
Well, we talk about CC. We can throw that back over to Lyone right now with that Kennen locked in. With his ultimate running the Cataclysm, obviously, and the knock-up coming out of Jarvan is already one big thing. What are they going to finish off with here? Neither team right now gone for an AD carry just yet at this point of things. We could see, of course, an AD Kennen. Let's not rule that out completely at this point, but pretty much going to rule that out completely anyway. I don't think that will end up being an AD Kennen. And, well, they're taking their sweet time about this one. And in the end, it's going to be a Nami pickup, the support there.
And the thing is, like, Yuri, he can play so many different things in that middle lane. He's played Twist of Fate, Ryze, Lissandra, Orianna, Zed, Karthus even, and to get here today. Actually, sorry, that's over for Naru. Sorry, my bad. I was reading from the wrong list. But yeah, he can play so many different champions, just like we saw as Ezra earlier on today. And there's no reason to really pick that in just yet. I mean, you see the support, so you can kind of pick your own and then leave your the rest of your picks, so your mid laner, your AD carry, or even potentially your top laner to chance.
I've got a feeling it's going to be an Elise rather than a Draven, and then we can just throw that out the window. It is, in fact, going to be a Varus AD carry at least here, coming down for Dark Passage. But what are they going to round off with? A Kayle.
So usually you don't see Kayle picked so early on. Like, usually she's one of those champions that you can use to counter a Zed really quickly or really easily with that ultimate alone. And it kind of shows that they want to protect a Letillion, because with that ultimate, you're going to keep him alive. And I want to know if it's going to be actually top lane or in the mid lane, because obviously Malphite most likely top lane, but could always potentially jungle, so I would assume it would be middle against an Ahri. It's actually a pretty good pick.
Yeah, Ahri coming in from that one, and possible Ezreal here as well for Sia, and that will come in there. So a lineup all in there, a pretty standard lineup these days, to be honest. Kennen up there in the top lane, Jarvan jungle, Ahri mid lane, Ezreal, Nami bottom lane. On the other side, we've got that Kayle in there, a little bit of a surprise, and actually going to be added in there with a Zed. So will that be
a jungle
top lane Zed, mid lane Kayle, jungle Malphite, or jungle Kayle, top lane Malphite, mid lane Zed? Like, these three can actually fit in every single combo.
Yeah, I actually honestly didn't even think about the potential of a jungle Kayle. I mean, we've seen it a long time ago. I'm So Fresh from Millennium was like one of the first people to do it here in Europe. And I mean, it's a pretty strong ganker. You have the slow, you have the attack range, you have the ultimate to kind of turn a gank around if you want to. And
yeah,
smart pickup. I mean, I was saying before, I was saying it for Yuri, but I meant it for Naru. He's actually played Zed quite a bit, so that gives him a really strong champion. And we've just seen how powerful Zeds can be so many times with Bjergsen, for instance. If you get that one early kill, you can just really get rolling very easily, and it's really hard for the team to stop that. So it forces Yuri and Porky to both go Zhonya's if they weren't going to go earlier on.
Yeah, and we actually saw a last second change there as well, so we'll just talk about that one. Kayle actually went to the top lane, so it's going to be a top lane Kayle here, and a Malphite coming out of the jungle, which You know, Malphite coming out of the jungle again, got that slow built in there as well with his shard. Going to be able to unstoppable force out of the jungle a little bit later on. And you've got the Kayle who, as we talked about, it's kind of the opposite side to the Zed, you know, the counter to the Zed. Stick on your ultimate and say, well, sorry Zed, your ultimate just did literally nothing to us. All that damage is gone. But that can be done with the Zhonya's, and I'm guessing that Ahri and Kennen, who are natural Zhonya's players anyway, are going to be going up to them quicker.
One thing I'm worried about, though, with that jungle Malphite is a couple of reasons. He's slow in the jungle, so it takes a while for him to hit level 6. And then the problem becomes later game, or in late game, where a lane Malphite will get more farm, can get tankier quicker. Yeah. A jungle Malphite can't do that as well. So he's going to be a little behind in terms of that, so that means the rest of Lyone can just punish him for it. And the lineup that Dark Passage is using, they don't really have a tanky lineup. They have a pseudo-tankiness coming out of that Kayle with that ultimate, and that's just about it.
Well, let's get into game then. We have Dark Passage taking on Lyone Gaming here in our third round of the International Wildcard Tournament. It's the fourth game here on Stream B up until now as Holitoff gonna come out here. Jarvan actually not going forward on that front in terms of being aggressive. They need to be careful. Bubble, Charm, two very dangerous level 1 spells.
And a Yordle attacking you with shurikens.
Always
even
dangerous.
Scarier. But actually, they're going to be going in here. They're going to spot Holitoff. The bubble, actually, whoa. I don't think that bubble would have hit even without that flash. She kind of went the other way, but still summon her down. And that gives Lyone a really strong advantage right now.
And that means basically that Holitoff can't even stick around now, because knowing that the Charm is there, knowing that another bubble can come his way anytime soon, he doesn't have that flash to fall back on. He needs to just back away from that, and that's what he's done. However, Lyone themselves have actually pulled completely away from this. That's going to be spotted as well, coming out from Dark Passage, thanks to those early wards.
It's having a lap battle, Middle Joe. I was paying attention to that, but yeah, so right now we're not going to see any heavy level 1 action, which honestly I would expect it to be like this, just because of Dark Passage being 0-2, Lyone Gaming 0-1 right now. Both teams needing that win. There's no point in losing that game right off the bat by losing a couple of members or losing that first blood. We do see Porky's going for a Doran's Blade in that top lane. Ideally, it looks like, as the rest of Lyone keeps invading right now. And it's going to be really interesting to see how that goes against Kayle top lane, who can heal, can sustain, and can burst you down depending on your build.
Oh, look at that. Very early aggression. They're going to keep poking back and forth here. The thing is, that bottom lane now of Dark Passage, you're going to be coming back into lane a little bit later on. We'll see what the minion situation actually looks like down there when they actually get along. And you can see they're not really missing too much, but is going to be an early fall behind here compared to this Ezreal.
Yeah, and if we do, I mean, if Ezreal hits 2 right before that and we see a bubble come in, that's going to be a lot of damage and potentially a kill when your stunner doesn't have flash. But we do see right now, Hacker V2, he's invaded. He's over towards red right here, and Riosta, is he going to check the bush?
He is going to check the...
He didn't see him.
It was around the corner there. He actually did not see him coming in there. Riosta now, is he going to be forced to flash away? Hacker V2 is going to pull that red buff right around the backside from this one. Meanwhile, down in the bottom, we see Varus getting very, very low there. Not quite enough damage with the Ignite to finish off the kill, though.
He didn't flash, but he did pop his barrier, and he's very low in lane. And Holitoff, he'll be able to get level 2, but the thing is, he's going to spend all of his mana on keeping Varus alive, keeping his health up, and do that, you don't have the ability to harass quite a bit, but we do see Engage already happening middle.
Yeah, red buff actually went to Ahri. There's a knock-up, and there's the first blood coming in. It's going to be Kennen that picks that one up as well. Meanwhile, down in the bottom, they're still putting pressure on right underneath the turret. A bubble almost landing on towards Varus, which surely would have meant his death. And you know, Porky picking up this initial kill is going to make it so much harder for Fabulous in the top lane now.
And the blue. I mean, you wouldn't imagine...
And the blue buff, yeah.
You wouldn't imagine it does too much for energy champions, but gives the cooldown reduction, gives the extra energy regen, and helps him harass quite a bit more. And also, Yuri had the red buff.
Yeah, and Ahri's dead in the middle. Naru actually going into this one. We'll see if Hacker can actually stick to him with that red buff. For Naru that is now just stolen away from Ahri by getting that kill. Is Hacker going to be able to land that knock-up? That's what they're waiting for. There comes Riosta down. Are they going to try and turn this one around? Slide away from Hacker V2. And that will leave us with a 1-1 scenario in the Zed. Let's talk about him getting a red buff at the start. That's disastrous as well.
Yeah, and the thing is that kill is... oh no, we see Hacker actually sticking around towards his red. He wants to protect it here as Riosta's going in, but here comes Naru. He's coming down from that top side, and he's going to have to give his own red up. If you just would have... Well, if you would have backed, he still wouldn't have been there in time, but they're still trying to contest it, and actually... The rest of Dark Passage do back away, but that early kill going over to Naru on a Zed, that is I wouldn't want to be Yuri, let's just say that, because it gives him such strong potential in lane, especially the red buff. You just hit him, the extra true damage you do, the slow so you can keep up with her, makes it so easy for him to actually lane.
Well, if there was any doubt that he's going to go Seeker's Arm Guard first in this game, I think that's just been put to bed, because he's going to definitely need that armor here up against his Zed in this mid lane, and the Zhonya's as quickly as he possibly can to get away from the damage associated with that death mark as soon as Naru hits level 6, which is going to be very quick here. He's up at level 5 already after that, got a level on Yuri, who's doing decent damage to him there, landing Charm after all, but he's always going to be a threat unless you actually kill him. And he's actually still got an elixir to use if he needs that extra attack damage and health.
And Naru is a full level ahead right now, and if he does get level 6 within the next like 30 seconds, Yuri is going to die. I mean, he doesn't have flash to get away. Naru doesn't have flash, but he still has his Living Shadow to get in there and keep that, or enclose that range. And this mid lane, I mean, if we do see Naru pick up another kill, he is going to be so strong that he can just roam around to his other lanes and really get the rest of his team ahead.
So, this mid lane, we wait there for Naru to hit level 6. There we go. That red buff still running on him, but not really got much time left on it, and he's actually going to go back home, which is a pretty smart move. He was down to less than half HP. Use the advantage of that kill and the farm that you've actually managed to pick up there and come back into this lane a lot stronger. We'll see what he comes back with, a Cutlass straight off the bat there.
Yeah, so he's going for that Blade of the Rune King, that extra proc damage, amplified by his ulti, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to lane, ults Yuri, tries to kill him. Yuri's still not level 6 at this point, has very low mana, is going to have to back out, and actually looks like she will be going back right now, so Naru's going to have even more control of that lane, and Porky, with that blue buff still on him, which actually amazed. Is it still on him? No, it's not on. That's just a visual bug. We'll have that, or he won't have the buff anymore, but he's actually ahead in CS currently.
Yeah, ahead at 37 to 33, and done well here, Fabulous, to actually not take too much damage and to keep it up there with that blue buff, with the constant harassment of shurikens, basically, that Porky can then throw at him. And actually putting decent amounts of damage back there. Doran's blade, Doran's ring he's got from the start, and there is Naru. Look at this, trying to get in around the side. Red buff is not currently there, by the way. That's, as we said, a bit of a graphical bug coming in. Hacker calling underneath his tower, and he wants to get out of there before that could turn disastrous for him and lose that double buff in the top lane there. Again, we see the harassment coming in. The great thing about Kayle, of course, is not just that range and everything that he can throw out there in terms of the power, but also can heal himself as well, which gives him a big help.
Yeah, the thing is, if Porky does get the melee range of him, or to auto-attack range of him, Fabulous will have that same range back on him, not to mention the slow that will come in, so it'll keep him there. He won't be able to escape with that lightning rush, and you're already seeing the dominance right now in this mid lane by Dark Passage. I mean, 50 to 39 CS. You're seeing Yuri really play passive here. Doesn't want to get too close to it because he knows he could be bursted down.
Down in the bottom lane as well there. Really knocking the damage back and forth. It's Holitoth who's going to be the real focus of that one. So he did take a good bit of damage himself, and now Naru. This is where Zed gets really dangerous. Once he starts to leave that lane and starts to visit elsewhere, or just to steal away the jungle creeps, is another big bonus for him. And taking away from Aku, who had a bit of a woeful start anyway at the start of the game.
Ooh, I was going to say, he had to be a little bit careful, but Hacker actually goes the other way around since Zed was missing. And he's actually expecting to come down bottom, but he will reappear middle. And I wouldn't be surprised if Naru actually goes... Well, the thing is, we saw very early pressure come out of Lyone onto this bottom lane of Dark Passage. You saw Lutillion actually forced to use his barrier, was forced to back out pretty much, and yet they're winning CS right now. They are controlling this lane, even with that early game harass. Even with Holitoth not having his flash up.
Yeah, not having the flash there, but didn't actually matter. And there we see what this Zac can do over towards Yuri. And Zed, sorry, not Zac. Zac was banned, so he's definitely not anywhere near this game. But with that elixir in there, it allows him to dive a little bit more aggressively. Obviously, that health spike when he actually pops it would be a big deal for him. And we're going to have to watch that mid lane a little bit carefully, because when it happens, it'll actually happen incredibly, incredibly quick. And he still maintains that level advantage that he has over Yuri from earlier on.
Yeah, not to mention, oh, now we see Porky actually getting very low right here.
Yeah, actually, Fabulous, he's used all his mana here, so he's not going to have a mana for his ultimate if he actually goes that far as they flash around each other. Fabulous is going to pick it up, takes a turret hit, but manages to survive just about there, and that's an incredible 1v1 kill in the top lane.
That was so close. Porky almost was able to turn that one around. You saw him stick around, like he wanted to really get that extra damage in there, but oh.
That was a very manly screen. Fabulous almost being picked off there by the True Shot Barrage across the side of the map, but not the damage at this point with Tia, Vamp Scepter, and that single longsword coming in. Naru actually getting charmed there by Yuri. And I have to say I'm impressed with Yuri here for being able to hold on so long and really push that pressure away at the same time.
Yeah, and with Ryosta there, like the kill potential on Yuri is even higher. All you need is that Muffet ultimate followed up with a Zed, and they're gonna just fall from that. But they do steal away the red, so they do take a little bit more control. And right now, if Dark Passage can keep that up, oh, we do see the engage actually come out of Yuri.
Yeah, and Yuri should die from this one as well. Actually getting away just about, but Yuri able to follow him straight through from that one. Brilliant play coming out of Naru to be able to get right over there, save that Spirit Rush to really get in there as well. And that will be a fantastic pickup coming over for the side of Lyone Gaming. And now it's not just over here. We see the exhaust going down, and there is a Cataclysm as well. They're all locked up inside of it. This could be disastrous. Unstoppable Force having to be used there for him to get away. Chain of Corruption, but he's charmed. Knock up, not quite there. There is a True Shot Barrage. Scores himself a goal right down the middle. Lyone will snipe back, and we end at 3 kills apiece. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, and not a lot of goal between the two teams either, and we see Lyone gets 1 kill. We see Fabulous got that kill a little bit early on, but we do have like even kill spread across both teams as Porky got 1. We even saw Hacker V2 come with 1, Yuri got 1 as well, and actually Yuri's going for an instant large run. He wants that damage right now. He's not even going for that Seeker's Arm Guard as a first item, and if Naru finishes this Brutalizer, the kill potential became even higher.
Yeah, but I think that he got through his danger time there, which was that time there in the lane where he was thinking, as soon as he hits level 6, he's going to go for me. Is he going to go for me? He's not going for me. Is he going to go for me? No.
Why won't he go for me?
Then they killed him. So they did very, very well on that front. I think this top lane could become a little bit of a problem for them as well. A 20 CS lead has almost formed now after that kill that Fabulous really did well with. And he's starting to get stronger and stronger. There you see Yuri forcing Naru completely out.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised to see a lack of jungle presence in that top lane where we talked about earlier, if you can keep a Kennen down early on, it's not going to be able to be tanky enough to really deal with you later on or have the damage to deal with you. And I actually do see Holy Talk going up towards the middle lane just to push it up a little bit. He has a Crescendo, or he doesn't have a Crescendo up, but he is level 7. And we saw this happen a little bit earlier with Ryosta. He wants to apply that pressure to Yuri, and unfortunately, Hacker V2, you're not really going to get any damage down on Naru because he's a Zed.
Yeah, he's a Zed. You can't really lock him down, and he's got a good CS lead as well, coming off this one. Just over 20 at this point. Same can be said for the bottom lane as well, where Lyone did a really great job to actually get a kill out of that last engagement. It was a Chain of Corruption which really got him that one in the end.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Chain of Corruption is we see so many AD carries miss the ultimate for some reason, but when it hits, you see how impactful it is in a fight. I mean, right there, it picked up the kill, but later on, as it comes into the team, like if you lock down Ahri with it somehow, that allows Naru, allows Ryosta to just burst him down completely, and Yuri's got to be very quick on his ultimate, or very quick on his flash to be able to escape that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of forget about it after it initially hits and it hits somewhere else. They're like, okay, it started to walk off. Okay, it's going to spread to me, which is why he could get that easy snipe down in the end. Obviously, a rooted target, not the hardest to hit, but here we see a dragon being started off. And that dragon, is it going to be contested here? We can see the Lion out the backside have got vision for it. Here comes Jarvan, but they don't manage to get that one. They have got the charm onto Ryosta, though. There's a lot of people there for Dark Passage, and there goes the attack. They're going to go in. Deathmark is going to be down on Hacker V2. He's not going to be able to survive that one. It's now about whether Naru can actually get away from that one. And in the end, we see that Yuri going to be the focus. Holy Talk just done. No, not surviving, was burning from Yuri's Ignite in the end. And that will leave us a 2-for-1, plus the dragon there going over to Dark Passage.
And you saw how much of a ninja Naru really is. He just walked out of the Cataclysm in style right there. But he was able to burst down the tanky man. right now of Lyone. Hacker V2, he has that Spirit of the Ancient Golem, and yet he wasn't really able to survive that full combo coming out of Naru. He's now level 11 to right now the level 10 of Yuri. And the top lane, Fabulous has been doing a fantastic job, or a fabulous job, I guess I could say, in that top lane, really pushing Porky out.
My gosh, Jason. But yeah, he has done a fabulous job, which is what apparently his fans really know him by. And so far he is. He's living up to his name. I mean, completely bullied Porky away from that lane. Like, not even a contest up there these last couple of minutes after he got that kill, which, let's be honest, was just a 1 versus 1 duel to the death, which he did win even without the use of his ultimate, we should say, because he didn't actually have the mana, so it was dangerous to go for that fight anyway. So they bullied that lane, taking the turret. They've taken this bottom lane turret now as well, and we can see there 2,200 gold to spend for Kayle. There was over 2,000 spent for Zed, but this could be a problem for this. We are going to see Jarvan coming down towards that bottom lane. Barrier going to be used. Exhaust going down as well. But Sia will take up the kill there on towards the Tillion. And now Holy Talk could be in trouble as well. Yuri coming down towards this bottom lane. Holy Talk, wow, it actually manages to avoid pretty much all of the damage there right now. And he's still trying to duke it out. In the end, it's auto attack from Yuri that finished him off. But he survived a lot longer than I thought.
Poor Holy Top. Ryosa's like, all right, I'm out. See ya. Just ults away, just leaves him behind in his trail. But yeah, it was a great job by Lyone. And I honestly, I'd have to say it was a mistake by Dark Passage, because they didn't have any wards down to spot anyone coming in, and yet they were still pushed up that far.
Look at that, though. Naru hammering away on this turret. Got that Blade of the Ruin King, got the Brutalizer in there. Kennen needs to be careful here. He actually has the help of Yuri coming in. There is the death mark down, and there is the kill for Naru. He says, do I want to leave? Not sure I do. I've got double buffs on right now. I could probably fight you as well. Yeah,
and right now he's 3-1.
It's only blue buff, sorry.
Yeah, right now he's 3-1-0. We talked about earlier with the Zed. Like, if you get going, you become unstoppable. And right now, he's kind of at that point. No one can 1v1 him, which means you have to send multiple people. And if he decides to split push a little bit later on, you still don't have anyone that can duel. Maybe Seiya will be able to when he gets his Iceborne Gauntlets, but that's a long ways away.
Naru actually waiting here inside of the brush, and he stopped Jarvan from going home. You annoyance. That's what you have to do when he's there. Just annoy people and then kill them lots and lots and lots, and you're automatically winning the game.
I thought that's what Singe is supposed to do.
That's what Singe does as well. But on a different kind of annoyance, I think we can say. So right now, I'm doing such an amazing job in this top lane again. 140 to 99 CS currently. And look at this Dark Passage pushing in. There's a charm on Naru. He's going to get bubbled up as well. Minion's still there, so he's not taking the tower hits, as we are going to see Tidal Wave coming crescendo. Won't be able to save his teammate, and that is now a killing spree for Yuri, who's actually got more on the board in terms of kills and assists than the Zed now. Oh, Porky. Oh! Fatal flash coming out from Fabulous. And that looked like it was just an amazing 1v1 kill as well. In the end, he kind of outdoes me. Holy Top, what are you doing right now? I think you might be a dead man. There's Cataclysm down. There's another kill for Yuri, who then goes on and misses the charm onto Ryosta, but he's in no man's land at this point. He does have Unstoppable Force available. He's going to go over towards Fabulous, but they chase him over the wall. There is the Kayle ultimate, and they turn it around onto Hacker, but Uri is going to snipe him down from the backside, and now they turn it around onto Fabulous. Is Hacker going to go sliding over the wall? Yes, he is. Gets the knock up. There's the charm. The bubble doesn't quite land, but they're going to get the kill anyway, and Yuri is now dominating at 7-2-2.
And this is what happens when you get a little cocky as Dark Passage are. I mean, yeah, you had a 3-1 Zed, but then you just pretty much gave so many kills over to Yuri, who's now 7-2 for his team. He's doing up phenomenal numbers. Even though he's behind in CS, it doesn't really matter. And Dark Passage, they need to stop throwing away these kills if they want to have hopes of winning this game. Because remember, they're 0-2. This could put them at 0-3 and pretty much out of the chances of possibly qualifying for Worlds.
And if it happened to them this game, they'd be probably more annoyed than the others as well, because this is a game when they honestly led, where they had a Zed who was racking up more kills per minute than anyone else. So now we are going to see Naru once again here taking a lot of damage. DFG comes in. Here comes Uri. He's going to get turned on there. A lot of damage from the Deathmark. Has to flash away, but the Deathmark is not enough to kill him. Yuri manages to survive there and walks away like a boss. He's now godlike.
And now that's another death for Naru, who had such great momentum in his lane to just lose it all completely like that. We saw Ryosta actually waiting there, try to steal away the blue potentially, and Uri just backs away. But I mean, considering how well their solo laners were doing at the beginning of the game. They're losing it slowly. I mean, Fabulous had a huge CS lead top lane.
Not even slowly. It's all happened in the last 3
the
to
thing
4
is,
minutes.
And versus Immunity, just previously with Dark Passage, they engaged in multiple team fights over and over where they would lose those fights. And they kept trying to force the fights and kept losing out on that. So it's kind of like when Dark Passage starts to lose, they kind of collapse on themselves and then just keep getting picked off left and right. But they need to take a second, take a breather, like calm down, because you can't afford to lose this game.
Well, right now, it's not looking so good for them. Finger really coming off the triggers. We are going to see Riosta going in for that one, but it was picked up in the end by Lyone. And look at this. Oh, the Kayle ulti just about coming in to save him, at least for now, but he will be finished off here by Ezreal. They turn around. Fabulous goes down. There was the attempted secured kill from Ezreal as well, with a true shot barrage coming through. But again, it's 2 kills picked up. Not good.
And they lost Dragon,
and
too.
they lost Dragon.
They're just slowly losing out on that lead that they've been able to gain over the past 20 minutes, and they really need to do something different. Like, they need to fix this because they are just getting shut down at this point. As an 8-2 Yuri, I mean, we've talked about Aura before and how she's become very popular in LCS lately, and you're seeing
That's why.
The DFG damage plus the whole combo, now with it looks like a Zhonya's coming in next. Like, no one can really deal with that on Dark Passage.
Saw that Naru did give him some problems early on. Wasn't the closest cut of fights, and probably without the help of Jarvan he would have got killed. But once this Zhonya's come through, that changes that completely. A flash crescendo actually here says exactly that, and he's going to get away, and now they're in all kinds of trouble, as there is the rush straight through from Ahri. Holytoth going to go down. Uri on his way out manages to pick that one up. Minions attacking in there. Natillion did manage to take down Nami on the way through. It's a kill for the supports, but it puts Uri up to 9-2-4 now.
Oh man, he's just getting
I feel like I've said his name a lot. Meanwhile, Zed here, that is where Naru could cause him some problems. Push down to this bottom lane, taking the inner turret, using the wards to make sure that he's not going to get pushed from the side. Those split pushes is something that Zed can do very, very well.
The thing is, I'm not 100% sure he can still do that unless Yuri doesn't come to his lane. I mean, there's a huge lead in CS between them. It's like 90 at this point. But with that DFG, with the Zhonya's coming in soon for Yuri, he can pretty much one combo Naru down, and he has to be very careful. If he gets out of position, gets killed, there goes all of, that goes most of Dark Passage's damage.
I always see Riosta trying to get in for the red buff, but spotted. He's actually stood on top of a ward when he was in that bush there, and that's going to be secured. As soon as they spot the presence of that Ezreal, I think they were like, well, you know what, let's probably back away. Or are they? Riosta going to go in here on towards Yuri. He's sniped from the back as well. He's going to have to use his ultimate to get away defensively. Meanwhile, Zed down on the bottom doing the work. There is the Varus going down as Fabulous, also taking a lot of damage. Naru may clean up here, though. Manages to get in there for a couple, but with the CC coming down, is it going to be enough to hold on? Hacker now the focus. Naru, he pushes. That was amazing timing on his appearance. Okay, a couple of seconds earlier might have been better for him, but they managed to pick up 4 for 2. But for me, the real impressive play there was the Malphite, right to the back of the bunch. Managed to lock down Yuri before he could do anything. Didn't even get his DFG off in that fight.
Yeah, I was really questioning the engage out of him, but he proved me wrong. Like, just was able to hold on to him long enough, was able to stay alive long enough, and it gave Naru time to finally come in from that backside when the rest of Lyone was already low just from the rest of the team's damage. And Naru now picking up those kills, 6 and 3. He's gonna have his last Whisper done as he does go back away. And right now, Seiya, he's building towards an Iceborne Gauntlet right now, but he's obviously a long ways away. And you know, Lentilios, we haven't really talked about him too much, but 207 CS, 3, 2, and 4, Bloodthirster Last Whisper combo. He actually does a lot of damage.
Well, I think all of his kills have come from snipes in the middle of fights, actually. The ones that we saw earlier, plus the one in that fight as well. But the fact is, he is doing good amounts of damage right now with the item build that he's got, with the fact that he has farmed up so very good. Has that second BF sword in there now as well. So he'll be doing more than Ezreal in these team fights at this stage. There's no doubt about that one. So,
and the thing is that he's not being focused down. I mean, because of Naru, because of Fabulous, he's the one that's actually free to auto-attack this entire time. And right now, he's going to get Cataclysm.
Yeah, I would say that as he gets Cataclysm. In there goes Yuri. There is the ultimate coming out of Kayle. There is also that True Shot barrage coming over. And look at the damage onto Yuri. A Fabulous May taking it, flashes in, gets the kill. Unstoppable Force goes to Hacker. How can Nami get away? Flash will certainly help. Heals himself up. Sona now the focus on that bottom side will finally go down to Sia. There is the snipe once again. Have they got the final hit that it needs to get over there? Oh, brilliant bubble coming out. And they'll back away at least for now. The slow comes in and Kale is going for it like a beast. Sia is going to be able to walk away. Lyone again sniped down that kill. It was all about Fabulous to pick that one up. But now they may run into a wild Ezreal who pokes around the corner. Oh, they killed him just before. Good try in the end out of Sia, but good try is probably not good enough. They've just been aced.
And Porky tried to 1v1 Naru right there. Fortunately, it didn't work out for him. That was pretty much the death of him. But just as quick as Lyone got the advantage over Dark Passage, it just flopped back. Like, Dark Passage was able to get the game back in their control, and they had so much damage with their lineup. Like, with this whole Kale, Zed, and Varus combo, no one can really stand up to the damage they have. They don't have the tankiness just yet. And as long as you get that Malphite engaged onto the right targets, Dark Passage can just kind of walk all over them. And it's the same boat for Lyone. If they can dodge that ultimate, get the engage that they want, you know, with the nice Nami ultimate coming in right after that, they get the fight they want. And it's all about who can get the engage, who can force it. And with that inhibitor being down bottom, that means a potential Baron coming out for Dark Passage.
That's a nice thing that they have right now, is that they seem to have figured out how to deal with Ahri, basically, putting down all that damage. The intervention from Fabulous is really, really key. As soon as he DFGs someone, that guy needs intervention because he will get burst down before you can really say anything, as we are going to see the turnaround here possibly from Naru. DFG does go down. Bubble actually locking him up as well, and Naru having to flash away, but crucially, he has actually flashed away from it, and that was not one, not two, but 4 people on the bottom lane trying to lock down a Zed, whilst the rest of his team are going to take an inner turret in the top lane. That's textbook split pushing.
The thing is, if you commit that much to one kill, which...
You gotta kill him.
Yeah, you have to kill him, and in the end, if the other team's in the right position, they're going to punish you for it, which they did. They took that top turret down, they took Blue away, they took Dragon, and they are just getting so many objectives. They're 10,000 gold up at this point.
10,000 gold the lead here for Dark Passage. Are they going to be pulled in by the Baron? It's not clear from wards actually there. As Ezreal says, well, I'd like golems, but I'm not going to risk being taken down by Naru. There's the home guards on Uri as well, who from, I think, 8-2-5, well, he can't have been 5 assists because he's only got 4 now. You don't lose them. But from being at 8-2, I think he was, in terms of kills and deaths, he's slipped off very quickly as we see Crescendo coming in onto Ner'zhul, and is he going to be able to escape it? I don't think so. There's a slow from Fabulous, bursts him down there right at the end. He's got a death cap now added in towards that Nash's Tooth, and overall, this Kale coming up big so far for Dark Passage.
The thing is that Dark Passage, they have 2 outs, if you think about it. You have a Sonic Crescendo to protect you. You have the intervention if you need it to protect you. And right now, Naru is nowhere near this fight. He's going to be coming up from that bottom lane, but the Superman's pushing down there. That turret is already getting very low. And Lyone, without their Nami, they can't really defend here.
Yeah, and we talk about our fears about him not being able to get tanky enough from the jungle. On a case, maybe not as far on as the top lane Malphite would be right now, but the fact that he's got 4 assists and a kill, and almost 100 CS as well at this point, it's actually made him pretty damn tanky at this stage of the game. So there is a second inhibitor now. Statistically, not many teams come back from a position like this.
Yeah, in European Summer Split of LCS, it was 94% of the teams that take that first inhibitor go on to win the game. And just like I said,
the
with 2,
inhibitor,
yeah, that's the first one, but with 2, I think the chances drop to like 99% or 1% that you actually be able to come back. And with what Dark Passage is doing, honestly, I don't really know if Lyone can come back from this, because besides that little hiccup they had in that mid game, they've been doing a fantastic job of taking control of this game and not letting go.
Well, this is a possibility, a possible chance. Not now, because that Baron is going to be going down. Here comes the attack. He's gone up to Jarvan. He's picked out Jarvan with a cannon right there next to him. Jarvan having to flash away. That's the tanky man on Lyone, and Naru says, I don't care if he's a tanky man, he is a dead man right now, as he chases him down the bottom side of the map. There's going to be the, well, unstoppable force on towards Nami. Probably not the best use of it, but they don't care right now. They've got Baron on. They force Kennen and Jarvan right down to the bottom of the map before they could actually recall. They could either go to this top inhibitor, but with super minions coming right into the base, I think they're going to finish. Fabulous going low, but there we see it. Intervention means that Ahri has to flash away from it. Kale does finally go down as a Crescendo comes in as well. Porky is very low. He's going to die. It's a double kill for Varus, who flashes onto the fountain. and dies in the end, but showing that he's really not scared. In the meantime, Naru actually went for those Nexus turrets, did get down the one, but they're going to pay a price for this. They're going to get aced, but they're inside the enemy base. They probably shouldn't lose anything from this.
Yeah, I mean, Lyone, they pick up those kills, but they can't get any objectives, and that's what you need to do when you start to pick them up. But just to start off how that fight began, you know, back at middle, Naru ulted Jarvan, but Kennen popped his Zhonya's. That kind of shows you just the threat that Naru is when he shows up in a game or in a lane. That Porky's going to have to Zhonya's, or at least he kind of jumped the gun right there, because you don't really need to do that until the Zhonya's just about to pop on you. And right now, Lyone, 2 inhibitors down, 1 Nexus turret down. It's very reminiscent of the game we just casted with Gaming Gear, and I'm not sure Lyone will be able to hold on to this, because there isn't really... It really isn't easy coming back from this point of the game. When you have a Kayle with a Death Cat, with a Lich Bane, with a Nashor's Tooth, the burst damage you put out is insane.
Well, there's not much to hold on to. That's a real problem here. Both inhibitors, okay, the bottom one's now respawned, but the mid inhibitor down there, bottom one open for the taking. As you said, these games are so hard to come back from. You've got nothing really to protect your entire base, and you're going to get pushed in the top lane whilst that open inhibitor is there for the taking, basically for Naru at this point in the game. And we can see Dark Passage headed up towards the top side of the map. They're going to push that one through.
In the meantime, Naru's just going to push bottom by himself. So if we do see a 5-man engage out of Lyone onto this team, expect them to lose an inhibitor and probably a Nexus turret. That's even if they are able to kill them here.
And there we go. Riosa actually getting locked up there, but you see the Kayle ulti coming in. Porky going to get right in the middle of the team. He pops his Zhonya's as well. This is good here for Lyone. They're doing a good fight. They've managed to pick off the 1 kill, but look, instant recalls coming down there because Naru is on that inhibitor. They're not going to be able to save that one. They will stop him taking any Nexus turrets. Sia doesn't want to get involved in that fight, though. And in the end, we will see Naru back away. So, yes, they picked up a kill onto the AD carry as well. Great kill for them, a great fight in that top lane that if they'd have really wanted to, they probably could have got 2 or 3 from. But it's these slow, tiny baby steps almost that Dark Passage are doing towards the victory.
Yeah, and like, getting 1 kill isn't good enough at this point in the game.
No.
It's just not. You need to get 3 or 4 potential ace if you want to be able to push out. And right now, they don't have their inhibitor, or middle or bottom inhibitor up anymore, and that means super many ways to be pushed up against that, and if anyone defends against it, then they're going to go up against Naru in a head-to-head, but Fabulous being caught here.
Yeah, but he's just going to turn this one around. We can see there, good charm coming in. Who's his target going to be? He's taking a lot of damage, but look at the burst here. Is he going to be able to 1 versus 3? He's going to wait for Yuri. He's going to pick up the double, and now they're going to try and chase down Hacker. In fact, they'll probably ignore him. He's headed off north, and Sona will have the task of keeping him from recalling this entire time. There is Naru getting locked up inside the bubble, but he's got himself 1 kill. Ezreal will finish him off, but here comes the rest of the team, and he's, well, missed the arcane shift to get away from that one completely. He's going to fall. This is surely game right now. Hacker is running through the enemy jungle at the other side of the base. Sona won't let him recall. There's only 1 Nexus turret left available anyway, and slowly but surely they are going to hammer their way through this one. Poor old Hacker still being chased there, and the Nexus will go down, and this will be Dark Passage's first win here at the International Wildcard Tournament, a much needed one that will bring them up to 1 win for 2 losses. Lyone, of course, goes 0 for 2.
That Lich Bane at the end, oh my gosh, coming out of Fabulous. I'm sorry, I'm still like entranced by that, because you saw
he almost 1v3'd him.
Yeah, and Porky, he had Zhonya's up. Didn't have time to pop it because the burst damage was that high, and Dark Passage, considering they almost threw that game about the middle of the way through, they were able to just latch back on, were able to take the much needed fights that they needed and made them happen back to back, and eventually took the victory.
Now we see the shaking of hands, good sportsmanship, of course, across the board here. And that keeps Pain, of course, they won that game earlier. That keeps Dark Passage really in with a chance right now. You know, the chance to go 2-2, which you probably look at on paper and say is definitely not ideal, but the fact that only 4 teams, or I say only 4 teams, the fact that 4 from the 5 teams actually go through into the playoff rounds is a very, very big deal for these teams. So, you know, a 2-2 finish for them would be, well, the best that they can do, obviously, but I think on paper, not a bad set of results.
Yeah, and I'm really amazed at Dark Passage in that game, just from the point where we saw the game slipping away. We've seen so many teams be in that situation, and they get down on themselves. They get upset, they start, you know, forgetting the game. You know, Darren comes to mind when he dies a couple times in lane, he just pushes the lane and dies even more. But to be able to take a second, take a breather, come back into that game, and pretty much turn it around 180 from when it was already turned previously, so a 360 in the end, I guess you could say, to win that game so one-sided. And Naru, who did so well in the early game, got shut down because of the constant ganks, but then was able to pick that one back up because that fight bottom where he came in, picked up a triple, pretty much. It was so well done.
Yeah, but that was pretty much it felt like the only thing that Lyone really had going for him, that you already started to build himself up. And honestly, when you've got a Kale that gets to that kind of stage in the game, the Virus, who was, you know, not doing masses, or picking up massive kills, but was doing massive damage by the end, sniping off a lot of the kills that he got, ended up 6-4-8 there, which is, you know, if you look at a scoreboard, 6-4-8 is distinctly average when it comes to a score there at the end, but they didn't focus him at all. He was able to constantly put pressure on the team, and overall, just a fantastic performance.
I think Yuri, he finished 10-5-6, so pretty much in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the game, he picked up 1 kill. The rest went over to Seiya, who finished off 9-4-5, did a great job, but it just, we always talk about when you get all the kills on one person, and that person dies in a fight, there goes all your damage. And